Hi everyone, welcome to this practical lesson about working with JSON files using Python programming language. In this lesson I'll show you how to work with JSON files using Python programming language by using the JSON module from Python libraries. So our first step in this lesson is importing the library that we need. The library called JSON. We are gonna import it first using the import statement. This JSON library from Python libraries, or this module called JSON, is used to handle JSON files or handle data from JSON files using Python programming language. And also Python has many libraries to work with JSON files. You can handle the data of JSON files using many libraries in addition to JSON library or this module called JSON. Also, I'll show you how to create a JSON file using Python programming language, and we are gonna insert data inside this file that we are gonna create. Then after that, I'll show you also how to load the data and read these data from inside the JSON file that we are gonna create simply. Let's get started after importing the JSON using import followed by the name of this library. The JSON syntax is similar to dictionary in Python programming language. So in this case, we created a dictionary, or this object that we want to insert it inside the JSON file as a JSON data. As you can see, this object is called college and its value is many items college, and the value of this college is engineering college, and we separate between the items using commas like dictionaries. Actually, this is a dictionary. Objectives, and its value is mastering electrical and computer engineering. String data type as a value for objectives key, and another item after that, departments. This is the key and its value is another dictionary, which is department 1 and its value electrical. The second one, department 2, and its value is computer, and this dictionary is the value of departments. And inside the college dictionary, you can see we have another item which is years, and its value in that case is a list of 4 items: year 1, year 2, year 3, and year 4, and we separate between them using commas, as you can see. And after that, after this key and its value, we inserted another key inside the college dictionary inside this JSON formula, numbers, and its value is a list. This list has 4 items of integers: 1, 2, 3, and 4, all that inside square brackets, as you can see. And after the numbers key and its value, this list, we separate between this item with the next using comma also. And the last one inside the college dictionary is ID, the ID key, and its value is another list, which is 10, 20, 30, and 40. That's it. These are our items inside the college dictionary, and we want to insert this syntax or this dictionary like JSON syntax inside a JSON file. So we need to create a JSON file with any name we want inside the same working directory or any location you wish, and we want to insert this dictionary or this syntax, this JSON syntax, inside this file, and we are gonna use functions from the module or from the library called JSON. This function is called dump. We are gonna create a JSON file, and we are gonna write to it, and we are gonna write this dictionary to it using the open function, the key function for files handling in Python programming language. So why do we use JSON.dump function or the dump function? the dump function from the JSON library. This function is used to serialize this dictionary or any object inside a JSON file or using JSON files easily. If you want to serialize an object using JSON files, you can use the JSON.dump function. This function from the library called JSON will take two arguments. The first argument is the name of that object, college, and the second argument will be the open function with two arguments. The first one for the open function, the first argument for the open function will be the file name with its location, and the second argument will be the mode for writing, reading, and so on. So now let's see this in action. You can see our statement in that case, JSON.dump function, call it only without any need to design it from the beginning. This function is from the library called JSON. So put the name of the library, and if you put an alias for that library, try to put the alias before the function name dump and separate between them using the dot notation like that. The name of the library, then the dot notation, then after that the dump function, and look at the arguments of that function in between its parentheses, and you can see the first argument is college, this dictionary or this JSON syntax, and the second one is the open function, the key function for files handling in Python programming language, and it has two arguments in between the parentheses of that function. The first one is the file name, and the file name in that case is college.json. Don't forget to put the extension for these files. For the extension for any JSON file is .json at the end of the file name like that, and name it any name you wish, not only college, you can name it anything you wish. And if you want to insert or create this JSON file inside another location, instead of using the same working directory or the same location, you can put the location before the file name, and after that, after comma, you can see the mode, or the mode for this case is W for writing to this JSON file to serialize the data using the JSON file college.json using the library JSON with its function dump. The first argument for that function is the object name, and the second argument you can see is a file object called college, in that case returned by using the open function, the key function for working with files with its mode W for writing in that case. After all of that, you will see this file is created in the same working directory automatically after running these statements using shift enter or shift return, or running the cell using the run button. You will see the college.json file is created in the same working directory in the same location of the notebook managing data files. And after that, I'll show you how to use Python programming language to load the data or to read the data from this JSON file we created again. To read or to load the data from this JSON file called college or any JSON file, not only that, you can use a function from the library called JSON, and this function is called load or JSON.load function. The module name followed by the name of that function, or the library name followed by the dot notation followed by the function name. After created the JSON file and after saved it on the disk, we want to load data from this JSON file. After saving it, we want to read the full data from this JSON file called college using the function load from the library called JSON. Let me show you that. You can see in this case we called the load function from the JSON library, JSON.load, and in between the parentheses of that calling for that function called load, we used the open function for reading the college.json file. We want to read the data again from this JSON file, and don't forget to put the extension for that file also after the file name. And if this file is inside another directory, instead of using the same working directory, try to put the location or the path or the directory before the file name. And you can see our mode here for reading is R for reading from this file called college, not W for writing, R for reading in that case. And you can see this operation, we assigned it to a variable to use the name of that variable to access the result for this operation or to access this operation, and we assign this operation to new underscore college. And due to that, you can use a variable name called new underscore college to access or to read the data from inside college.json file. This JSON file, the value of this variable is reading the text or reading the full data from inside the college.json file. Now let me show you that. Let's use this variable to read or to load the text from inside college.json file. After writing the variable name and hitting shift enter or shift return, you can see the output is all the data from inside the college.json file. You can see these data we created previously. Okay, let's summarize all what we did in this lesson quickly. In order to work with JSON files using Python programming language, we used the JSON library. So we imported it first using the import statement. The import statement to import any library. You must use it to import that library, and you can give it an alias. We imported it first, and after that we created an object to insert that object inside a JSON file. We created an object, and this object is a dictionary, and this dictionary is similar to the JSON syntax. And after that we used a function called JSON.dump function. We called it only using its name, and the first argument is the object name and the second argument is the open function, the key function for working with files in Python programming language. And look inside the open function or inside the parentheses of the open function the file name that we want to create and save. The file name in that case college, and you can name it any name. We created that file with its extension. Don't forget to put that extension .json at the end of the file name. And the second argument for the open function is W for writing to that file, to writing the college object inside the file called college.json. After that, after running this cell, you must run this cell before the next statement, and to load the data from that file we used the load function. After created and saved data inside college.json file, we used the load function from the JSON library also, and it has an argument. That argument is the open function to open that file from the same working directory and read it using the mode R. This mode is used for reading text or reading data from inside the file called college, or any file you created or any JSON file you created. You can create any file instead of that file. And after that, after assigning this operation to a variable called new college to access or to read the data from inside that file, that college file, using the load function, we used the variable name refers to the load function. This variable name that we stored the load function inside it, we used it to read that text or to read this JSON data exactly as follows. That's all for this lesson. Try to do this by yourself, and if you need any help, please ask me and I'll answer you as soon as possible. Thanks a lot for watching. See you again next lesson.